morons, it's Victor, King of Morons. Welcome to another long-ass video.
Hey guys, before we start the video today, I'd like to just tell you about something that Spreadshirt, who makes my t-shirts, is offering this week. No shipping, free shipping internationally as well on all the t-shirts. So if you like this shirt, which this is our bestseller, right? Or the Maggie Sensei shirt, these also all help to support the channel. The Live Large shirt, I like this one. If you don't mind carrying a big toilet flush on your chest. The gimmeabreakman shirt in blue. And the gimmeabreakman shirt in white. This actually looks really good as a sweatshirt. And the Zen Wakarimasen t-shirt, which means, I don't know what you're saying, man. It's in Japanese. That's also a big bestseller. And then of course, the two and a half Oyajis shirt. All these are the same price as usual, and shipping is free this week, I think, internationally. So if you live anywhere in the world, get it. This helps support the channel. Hello there, morons. It's Victor, King of the Morons, here with Little Godzilla, who is half Japanese and half American. Though some of you, I'm sure, will say, "You're not American. You look like you're Puerto Rican." I get that occasionally. Yes, it is true. I am American, but I am no. There's no but. I am American, and I am also Peruvian, Italian, German, Arabic. Black descent, whatever. That's not really a nationality, but you get it. I'm mixed. I'm a mutt. I'm a typical American. This little guy is half Japanese, which means he comes from the pure Yamato race, as they like to say. And it's the he's here today because we have been asked by one of my subscribers. What was her name? Her name was Ashley, or Ashley. I don't know. Anyway. Ashley asked me, and actually a few people have asked me, and I've been avoiding this subject because it's a popular subject, and I sometimes like to jump on the bandwagon, and sometimes I just think it's silly, and I don't want to be overly negative. And I'll tell you what this is about. This is about a woman named Ariana Miyamoto, who won Miss Universe Japan in March 2015, and she is half. Now, if you were to look at her, you would think she just looks black. Not Japanese. You don't see much of the Asian in her face. She's a beautiful woman, of course. You have to be to become Miss Universe 2015. Where do I get started with this? A lot of people are asking. It was picked up again recently by Al Jazeera. So a lot of people are asking me, which surprisingly has become a very, very reputable news source in the West. People are asking me, get to the point, right? What do I think about this? Well, I think it's silly for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a beauty pageant. And I'm sorry, but I don't really look up to people who take part in beauty pageants. I don't think they're significant. I think they're demeaning. I think they're silly. And I don't watch them. You might think, oh, but I bet you watch them. No, I don't. I have no interest in them at all. I guess they're a source of weight. You know, apparently you can make money from them. I hear that Trump owns part of Miss something or other America. I don't know. I think they're stupid. That's so yeah, they're dumb. I mean, I like pretty women too. I like pretty people. Everyone likes to look at a pretty person, but I think that kind of pageant is demeaning. I think it's also ironic. I'll give you the story on Ariana. So she was born of a black American sailor with a Japanese mother. He left America. He left Japan. He was in Japan. I guess I'm assuming he was stationed here, and he left. And he went back to, where was it? Where did they say he was? He went back to, well, America, but I'm assuming Arkansas because she apparently spent some time in Arkansas later. Anyway, she was raised in Japan. She was bullied constantly. And which is not to say I'm belittling or trying to lessen the bullying. Bullying happens, but that's the thing. Some people get bullied, some people don't. There are halves who get bullied and halves who don't. Could we argue that the chances of you getting bullied are higher if you're half? Yeah, they're also higher if you're fat or ugly or for whatever reason. I teach mostly adults, but I do teach kids as well. And I ask them about bullying, like we teach the word bully and to bully and a bully and ijime, by the way. In English it's ijime. And ijimeko is the guy who bullies, and ijimeru is the verb to bully. ijimerareta. I was bullied. I was bullied. Ijimerareta. So there's your Japanese. So people get bullied for a variety of reasons. I got bullied a little bit. You know, it was, you know, I don't even want to get into it. That's high school. That happened a long time ago. We get over that. Now, she came back from, she spent 2 years in America as a high school student. And then she came back to Japan, still in high school, and she decided to drop out of high school. Well, that's your first mistake right there. You need a high school degree. You know, I don't know, of course, this person, Ariana Miyamoto, I don't know what caused her to drop out of high school, but generally speaking, I would not say that this is a role model, that we should follow her example. I don't think it's probably smart for most people. It might have been the best thing for her to do at the time, but I don't know. I don't know why she couldn't have stayed in America and finished it out. You know, I don't know her background. But I'm betting she wishes she had a high school degree. You know, it's kind of the basics. Even the guy in Suits has a high school degree. I mean, he faked his way through Harvard, but he has a high school degree. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. But then she says that one day a close friend, also a half, killed himself. And she was inspired to raise awareness about the challenges mixed race children can face. So she entered a pageant. Now, this I just don't get. So I'm not going to say it's good. I just don't get it. That's how you're going to raise awareness of your existence? The fact that you want to bring attention to halves and bullying by joining a pageant? Write a book or go on a speech lecture. I don't know. But in the end, I mean, surprisingly, I think you have a lot of confidence to join a pageant and say, I'm going to join a pageant and win, and then everyone will know I'm a half, and I can go on speaking tours and get all this publicity, which would be cool if that were the case. But I'm kind of thinking that's probably not the order of the way things happen. I'm thinking she joined the pageant for some other reason, probably to make money and become famous. And then later she realized she could put it to good use, which is great. I think it's wonderful. But it seems like a weird thing to do. Of course, again, I do not know her, so I am talking out of my rectum. I could be completely wrong, and if I am, well, I apologize. But it just seems, I just don't see that logic. Oh, my friend dies, I'll join a beauty pageant. I just don't get that. The other thing is, you cannot blame, it's really difficult to blame, to assign blame when someone commits suicide. You know, he was half, so he killed himself. That's what the article implies. But there's probably a ton of other things involved here. So, anyway, the people ask me about this kid all the time. Do I call him half? Do I call him double? And I don't call him double. I think that's silly. But whatever. If you want to call your kid double, I guess that's fine. Double for me seems to be a little dishonest, like double-faced or snake-tongued or something, right? Anyway, he's half, he's fine. Everyone's mixed. It doesn't matter, right? I'm not worried about the future, what the future will bring regarding bullying and stuff. If they're going to bully this half Japanese and half whatever, half me kid, he'll be fine. I'm going to be there to help him. I'm going to be there to, you know, make sure I talk to him, keep channels of communication open. So I'm not really worried about it. And worst comes to worst, I'm going to go down to the school and take care of it. You know, I mean. Also, I'm going to teach him to be strong, right? Oh, I won't mention her name because I don't know if she wants me to, but I know of another half, and she has taught her child to be a tough little mofo. So no one's going to screw with him. He's tough as hell, right? Okay. And this kid's going to be tough as hell. He's already pretty strong for 7 months old. I'm pretty sure he could kick another 7 months old ass. but I'm not really worried about things like that. Now, regarding racism in Japan and what this means, oh, Japan is so racist because they won't accept a half. That's retarded. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that word. I gotta stop saying that. Okay, that's stupid. Because she was voted Miss Universe. That's an amazing. Well, assuming that you think beauty pageants have any value at all, that's pretty amazing. I mean. So to claim that Japan is still a racist, backwards country, when a woman who is half black and half Japanese can be chosen Miss Universe Japan, That's great. So I say look on the bright side. Of course, every time there will always be haters who try to belittle your accomplishments, and you just ignore them. I mean, if anything, they help you get the word out, right? So the fact that people are still bitching about it gives her something to talk about, gives her a talking point. So when she goes on interviews with people like Bay McNeil, who apparently interviewed her, and I didn't even read that or look at that. I mean, I just don't care about this. But this has been just going back, and people just keep emailing me about this. So I do. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I didn't want to say this, but I think beauty pageants are stupid. I think on the bright side, the fact that she won is a good thing. So Japan is getting better. Yes, and Japan is way behind other Western mixed countries where we have a ton of different cultures in Japan. We don't have them in Japan. There are not many different cultures and different people in Japan. You walk down the street, it's almost always Japanese or Asian faces. And on the subway, almost every day, I face horrible discrimination by people not sitting next to me. In other countries, people are getting beaten and people are not getting jobs, but although I have all the jobs I can handle, people still refuse to sit next to me. So that's about as bad as it gets here in Japan. When I'm out with the baby, everyone says super, 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 super cute. No one ever says, oh, ugly half baby. I've never heard that before. Even, we do have this local, like, racist in this neighborhood who's always talking about white people this, white people that. But even he admits, you know, we saw him last time, he's like, oh, that's a cute baby. So what's my message? Don't be such whiners, everybody. Things are getting better. Things are getting better and better, and we can help them get better by being positive and coming out into the world as gaijin and halves, and just having, you know, giving people good experiences when they interact with us, and I think everything will be fine. So that's about it. Again, the fact that she became, yeah, I've said everything I had to say. She became Miss Universe. That's great. Japan's getting better. Oh, there was one thing I did want to say. People who are of Korean descent, who marry with Japanese, they do apparently have a bit of trouble. I do know one of my students who married a beautiful Korean woman, and they seem to be very happy. So, what can I say? Everyone knows she's Korean, and you will find people who hold that against you, the fact that you're Korean, and you will find people who don't care. So I would say eventually more and more people will not care, and the fact that you're half something will just become irrelevant. It will take a lot more time in Japan, but it will happen. And lastly, the fact that she's bullied is more, I think it's more an individual thing. Now, I won't speak for blacks, for people who are half black, because I don't see that much of it. But there are people who are half black in Japan who have made successful lives in the entertainment field. Okay, there are quite a few, and there's actually pure blacks as well who make success. Oh, the highest paid actor, I believe, in Japan is a SoftBank guy. I forgot his name. He's the highest paid actor in Japan, apparently, or maybe he's just commercial actor. But anyway, he's loaded, and he married a Japanese. So there you go. And there's another guy, I forgot his name. I went to a show. Chris Hart. He's also a black person who does entertainment in Japan, does very well. Bob Sapp. You know, you might think, oh, they're just here for entertainment. You know, just like Americans who look up to Prince and Michael Jackson, but look down on other blacks. Well, you can. I've dated myself by saying Prince, but you know what I'm saying. People, white kids who like rap, but are still racist. You know, things like that. You could argue that that's true in Japan as well, but it's still a form of acceptance, and it will just increase, I think. Okay. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. If you do. A lot of the arguments that I get from people are like, what if I come to Japan and this happens to me? Dude, if you're not married and you don't have a half, you don't have anything to worry about. Don't be arguing hypotheticals, okay? That's like people in America who don't want the rich person's tax because they might get rich someday. You know, now I have a baby, now I can talk about it with some minor bit of authority, but actually, no, it's just my opinion anyway. So I'm sure you have your own opinion. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the description. I will leave, of course, the comments are there for you to tell me to go shove it or that you agree with me. Either way, I'm okay with it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to turn this off. This is an unedited video with Little Godzilla, Inigo Montoya. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Yeah. All right. Anything you want to say? Huh? No. Okay. Okay.